So pretty big news. Captain Canada, the character modeled after M-Tashed himself, is getting a little teaser here. They showed off the kit. We're going to talk about that, and I have some really positive things to say about our boy Kazuha. I'm going to hype him up a little bit. Maybe you're going to wish for him because the banner looks fire. But I also have one warning. I've got a big warning that I want to give you before you do that, before you spend any money or use those primo gems, because I think that MiHoYo baits a lot of people with something, and I want to discuss that. But before we get into all the positives and the negatives, I have a quick shout out to a sponsor that's going to change your life. This video is sponsored by Rocket and my new favorite mouse that I've ever used. So for the past few weeks, I've been testing both of these out on various games, and I'm actually going to be making the Pro Air my main mouse going forward. It fits perfectly in my hand. It is the lightest wireless mouse I've ever used, and the price point on these for the quality is insanity. Rocket nailed it with this mouse. Now, whether you go for the wired version or the wireless Pro Air, you're making a great decision. Now, personally, I fell in love with the Air because I'm a wireless kind of guy, and this is the lightest wireless mouse I've ever used, and it felt great. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be a tech guy, but the main things that I care about, battery life, the wireless connectivity, as well as the weight, Rocket has absolutely nailed it with the Pro Air. Whether you're kicking it old school with some Halo 3, some good old Genshin Impact, or you're becoming an Apex legend, I would highly recommend the Rocket Cone Pro or the Cone Pro Air, whatever is in your budget. But honestly, for the price, these are incredible, and I would recommend them to anyone at any time, any place, even if you live on Mars. Make sure to click the link down below and order yourself a mouse today and up your gaming. Stop using a terrible mouse and get something high quality for a great price. Thanks for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the content. All of these animations that MiHoYo does are incredible. They do have some awesome lore and story, and they've made the character look really cool. But let's take a peek at the actual kit, and I want to, talk about a couple things that make him a very strong character and someone who's going to help out your team in multiple areas in the game. Right, so there's a lot I want to get through here, but with Kazuha, I think you have a lot of great stuff on the table, and I want to talk about that first before my warning. Now, Kazuha is Animo. That is great for a couple of reasons. I think with the buffs, Animo is 10 times better than it was. Maybe not 10 times better, but the swirl reactions are much higher damage than they were. And so if you're using a Venti, Animo main character, you're using Kazuha, they're just going to hit harder, which is great. They're going to be more valuable as, sub DPS, doing damage to the enemies, but Animo characters have a special thing that only Animo characters can do, and that is the Verdescent set. If you don't know how good the Verdescent set is, you're blind, because it debuffs enemies. It boosts swirl damage, but it also debuffs enemies that you're swirling that element. If you're using a Pyro main DPS and you do a Pyro swirl, they are now weaker to Pyro. So you can use Kazuha, you can debuff the enemy, then you can swap. But it doesn't stop there. So between the swirl getting boosted and elemental mastery getting boosted, which then makes swirl even stronger, boys, you're going to get one of the best double dips in Genshin Impact history, because Kazuha has a little talent built into his kit. I'm not telling you where I heard it from. I'm not giving my leaks away. But your boy, when you stack elemental mastery, will actually buff the elemental damage of teammates. Now that's nice. That's really nice, because at just 500 elemental mastery, your teammates are going to be doing 20% more elemental damage, and that is pretty damn valuable. Now, if you stack more than that, which is definitely possible, you can get into the, 30% range, and that's amazing. You can get into the freaking 40% range, okay? Or close to it. Close to it. And I think that between his ability to pop enemies in the air, swirl them, but also get that CC going, right? He's got CC with the pop-up, but also this, hitting multiple times, potentially freezing enemies, swirling multiple times, damage over time. I think Kazuha brings a lot to the table. He's not just debuffing the enemies once with the swirls, he's doing it multiple times. You could pair this with a Beidou. You could pair this with Xingqiu. You could swap to another character if you want, but I think that Kazuha has a lot of potential, and the buffs just made him stronger. But here's the other kicker, okay? The rumor mill, the leaks. They're saying I mean, maybe they said it, maybe they didn't. Apparently, his banner is going to have Bennett, Rosaria, and it's going to have Razor. Pretty cool little banner. If you're looking for a physical DPS that could be essentially a 5-star if you get constellations, I think Razor is really cool. Is he the best? No, but I think he is a pretty fun character overall. But Bennett, best support in the game, or number 2, 1 or 2, incredible character Bennett. So that's automatically making the banner more valuable. Also, I think people are sleeping on Rosaria. If you get a C2 Rosaria, she's a cracked cryo support. You don't gotta build her damage, you just apply cryo, and you can melt with a Hu Tao, you can melt with a Diluc, you can do some amazing things with Rosaria. And boys, she's the hottest mama nurse ever, or nun, or whatever the hell she is, I don't know, she's just smoking hot. What I'm trying to say is the banner seems awesome. So that's great. But what if you don't want to get him because of what I'm about to say? Because I'm about to tell you something that I think that some people are too afraid to say. I think that MiHoYo baits people into getting characters. I think that MiHoYo tricks people into getting characters because of what they do with the Spiral Abyss, and they make characters look better than they actually are. And I worry that, because content creators are hitting 5 million damage with Eula, everyone's like, oh my god, I gotta have Eula. And then they realize, oh, wait a second. In the Spiral Abyss, she was doing 75% more damage than she should. Can she still hit hard? Yes, absolutely. But they did that with the Geo characters as well, and they're doing it with Animo characters right as we speak. There is a massive buff to Animo characters in the Spiral Abyss right now. We're talking 2, maybe even 3 times the value of Animo characters. And so you're going to see a video of Kazuha popping off, and you're going to be like, oh my god, he's broken. But your level 2 Sucrose is broken, and your main character that you haven't leveled with 0 talents is great. And you are going to see some videos of Kazuha absolutely melting the Spiral Abyss. But I think that it is a little bit of bait. And so it's something I would caution you of. If you don't like the 4-star characters, if this doesn't look like a game changer, you have to remember, he will come back. Every character in the game will have a repeat banner at some point. Multiple repeat banners. And so if you're sitting on this, maybe you wait, because we've got the new region coming, most likely. I mean, I don't know how it couldn't. We've got multiple characters who have been revealed. We know Ayaka is coming. We know that I actually don't know her name. Yame? Whatever. The bow girl. I've been away from Genshin for a couple days, all right? Relax. She's coming out. New 4-star is coming out. Eventually some others. If this character is not absolutely changing your life, then don't summon. Okay, you don't have to have every character. And honestly, everything that I said that he could do, swirling enemies, debuffing them, Sucrose can do it just as good. Honestly, I think Sucrose might be able to do it better in some cases. The main character can do it. If you've got a Venti, don't even, Venti is literally God send. He's so good. And so it's always nice to have that new shiny thing, but unless those 4-stars are really amazing to you, unless you desperately need an Animo character, I don't think that I can recommend this guy and just say he's going to be like God tier until I play him, obviously. But again, don't get baited by the Spiral Abyss, because I'm telling you, I think the Spiral Abyss, it really does trick people. So those are my quick thoughts. That is my kind of quick reaction. Looks really cool overall, and I can't wait to do the test run on him and really see. I'm considering wishing on the banner on my free-to-play God account because of the 4-star characters. If I get him, I will use him. I think he'll be valuable, but I don't know. Part of me wants to save, even though I love the 4-star characters. I really want Rosaria constellations. I really want Razor constellations and Bennett, obviously. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to blow my pity. Like, the first 10 pull I do, I'm going to get a 5-star. And if I get Kazuha, I don't think I'm going to be blown away, just from what I've seen. But anyways, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye. Oh, also, make sure to check out the Rocket Mouse down below, okay? Go buy one yourself. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much.